Time to talk to the Big O. What is up, Finn fans? Me and Big O getting together, chatting it up, reviewing the last game, previewing the next game, talk about a lot of stuff, especially Teron Armstead. I don't know if you guys seen, Cameron Wolf kind of came out, talked about it. Mike McDaniel talked about it. They did not rule out Teron Armstead for Sunday. Now, real quick before we jump into the Big O, I don't know how I feel about that. Now, if you go back and watch the video where I talk about his injury, it's a grade 2 strain, which essentially a strain is part, a little bit of tears and here and there. But I don't know if I want him to push it and then go from grade 2 to grade 3 where it's torn. He needs surgery. He's out for we need him for the stretch. So I don't know if I'm pushing it. I know he'll probably be wearing a brace to see if he's comfortable, see if it's pain tolerance, all that stuff. I don't know. But me and Big O talk about it. We talk about a lot of things, previewing the next game, talk about the past game, talk a lot about Mike McDaniel, the different feel of the offense, different feel of the team. Great conversation without me rambling anymore. Let's jump into what me and Big O had to say, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the picks. But like usual, stay classy. I fins out. Big O, 8-3. First place still. Did you see?
Yeah, baby.
I don't know if you saw this, but after Thursday's game, Thanksgiving game, Buffalo fans were celebrating that they were in first place.
Well, I mean, hey, I think they finally feel there's a threat in the division, and they feel it. They sense it. They may not want to be, talking about it too much in public yet, but they see that there's a threat. And then also, Josh hasn't been as sharp.
Nope.
Their running game has been very questionable all year, and I truly believe they're kind of dumb. No, seriously. Look, I don't wish injury on anybody, but if you want that guy to also be your running game on top of the quarterback, you're just asking for trouble, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's big and all that, but eventually, just like Cam Newton, they're going to break him in half.
Yeah.
And what I say to Jalen Hurts, what I say to Lamar Jackson, what I say to Josh Allen, what I would say to who am I missing? Fields. Fields. Learn to beat people from the pocket.
Yeah.
Or just, get ready to take a lot of painkillers, man, and get ready to go to the hospital and get ready for operations and get ready for your play to decline, because as you add injuries to your career, it will then wear your body down and you will not be the same player again. And so if you want to do that, that's fine. You're never going to get to the pinnacle that way. It just doesn't happen. Your team will have to be a generational defense like the 01 Bucks, the 16 Broncos, the 03 the 01 Ravens, the 03 Bucks. That those kind of defenses, Doomsday, No Name, Steel Curtain, Purple People Eaters, the Dallas defense from the 90s. I guess we never gave those guys like a real name, did we? Right? Wow, what happened to you Cowboy fans? What's going on? We didn't give the 90s defense a name. What the hell is going on here?
Did the Bills defense in the 90s get a name? I don't think they got a name either.
No, they were just nasty.
Loaded. What was your thoughts on Sunday's game? 30-0 halftime. Take the starters out for a good portion of the second half. What was your thoughts on that game? It got scary at some point, but I really never feared us losing it. But what was your thoughts?
My thoughts were they waited a little too long to take 2 out.
Yes, I agree. I think we all agree on that one.
Some people sent me tweets like, oh, no, he pulled him out too quickly. I'm like, what the hell do you want, dude? He looked like a steak, and the other guys looked like tenderizers. What the hell do you want? It's like, no, dude, he took enough hits. Get him out.
Yeah, especially when he got bent backwards.
It's a really screwed up situation. Let me give you, I talked about this on the post-game show, actually, and I gave lots of examples. Poor Shell. The dude was terrific at the right side, and then all of a sudden you throw him to the left. He's not a left tackle, and now habitually everything he's been doing right has to go left. Oh my God, that's bad for him. It's like throwing Skylar Thompson into a game. That's not good either, because that's not really what you want, because now Skyler's pressured behind a line, all that is breaking down. And so now you've got all these issues, and then Austin Jackson gets injured. So
Mhm.
now Greg Little's been sitting on his ass for a couple of weeks watching and going, "Hey, yeah, popcorn, popcorn. What, you need me?" And so now all of a sudden he's kind of rusty in all of this. And this happens throughout. And so you put a lot of people out of place, not ready for something, and then it sets them back a
Mhm.
little bit. And I think that and McDaniel also failed a little bit. He stayed aggressive in passing
Mm.
when he should have done what we all thought he was gonna do at the beginning of this game,
Run the ball.
which was run the hell out of the ball because you're facing a terrible run team.
Mhm.
Keep people away from Tua. Now, his plan worked to a T
Mhm.
for 2 quarters. He was right. They were up 30-0. They were smoking those fools. They just completely killed them, right? But then all of a sudden, all the injuries came.
Yeah.
And so then the injuries started to pile up, and then you start playing other people for those guys, and then there's a serious decline. And obviously with Armstead, there's an enormous,
Yeah.
decline. And so now you will know what you're in if Armstead plays or he doesn't, if he tries or not. I heard he may try, but it's kind of a thing, I think it's more about pain tolerance.
Mm.
How much does it limit him? I'm sure he'll have a harness to try to keep it in check as much as possible. But I think he might give it a go, but I think he'll probably miss another week or two, and that's probably what will happen. But either way, you want to try to pace this thing and try to get him back. But again, we see the drop off through all of this. This week you'll be able to get, you know, prepared for it. So you'll
Yeah.
be hopefully better prepared for all the pass rush that you're going to face. But the other thing that happened in this game is called human nature.
Mhm.
And so one of the things that I thought about on the show was people are, "Oh no, dude, they're playing a shitty team. This is going to be a letdown. This and that, all that." No, no, no. I knew they weren't going to let down.
Mhm.
Why? The 3-game losing streak.
Yep.
The 3-game losing streak was a curse and a small lesson.
Yeah.
And so now they learn what life with Tua was like. It was frustrating. They had to kill themselves. They couldn't win, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, "Yeah, we're not doing this. We're not gonna give this game away when we have to." You know what I mean? So they went all out. And then once you go up 30-0 at a half,
Mhm.
human nature set in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're playing a bunch of bums. We're playing a terrible team. We're way better than these guys. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
exactly.
then, plans already start for Monday. I'm gonna barbecue with the wife. I'm gonna go golfing, or I'm gonna get a massage. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, right? That's what ends up happening. And so the second half, besides all the injuries and the changes, also was, coming back a little bit to reality, going, how do you get amped up when
Mhm.
it's you're killing them? So there was a lot of things that happened in that game that I just think kind of created that monster in the second half. But you were up by so much, it was really never a doubt. When they settled for that last field goal, I said to folks, if he scores if they score a touchdown, you then got to bring Tua back. And
Yeah.
sure enough, that was talked about after the game, that they say, "Hey man, if they score here, you may have to come back."
Yeah.
And and then I compared it to Matt Castle.
Mm.
And so back in, I don't know when it was now, you know what? Poupart sent it to me because I remembered the game, but then he sent me the exact thing. In 2007, Pats
Mm.
beat the Niners 49-28.
Mm.
Castle replaced Brady in the fourth quarter. New England up 42-14. He throws a pick six. Jason Taylor takes it back for a touchdown. I remembered it. I remember a game where Castle came in. He threw for a touchdown. He threw an interception. JT wrote it back, and they brought Brady back in right away to get a drive in and get one more touchdown. And then they sat Brady for the rest of the game. And that's kind of what was going to go on, that you were going
Mhm.
to have to bring Tua back in and then try to manufacture, some more points to make sure to put it away. But it never happened.
Mm.
The game was 15 points away. It kind of reminded me a lot of the Patriot game, the first game of the year. That that game was never in any doubt whatsoever.
No.
Dolphins controlled it from beginning to end. So there were a lot of stuff that went on. You know what I mean? And if you guys want to call it excuses or whatever, but I just kind of think a lot of things came together that kind of created all that mess in the second half. But overall they won the game, dude. They're 8-3, and we should be happy as hell with that.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw the change, right? At 30 nothing, they
Yeah.
all right, let's see what Tua can do. All right, he's getting hit a little too much. And then even with the defense, you saw a little bit of a change. Like they're not sending pressure as much. They're kind of dropping, sending three, dropping a bit in the zone. That's how AVG got the pick. They dropped back into coverage, but then all of a sudden they started scoring, and then Boyer's like, all right, I need to start sending that pressure again. And then we started sending it all changes. But what I liked, and somebody pointed out to me, is that McDaniel is still making these rookie mistakes, especially when it comes to play calls at certain positions, time management, this and that.
Management. Yeah.
And he's like so far ahead of what we expect. So just
Right.
imagine when he's not making these rookie mistakes.
Bro, they're 8-3 with all these injuries. I mean, you haven't had Byron Jones all year.
No.
You lost Nick Needham. You lost Brandon Jones. X is playing with one or two growing injuries now, or is it down to one now? And then you lose, Teron Armstead earlier in the season. Now you lost Teron Armstead again. You've had inconsistencies at right tackle. You had to go find Brandon Shell. Chase Edmonds did not work, did not fit. You had to then get rid of him to bring Wilson in.
Mhm.
It's been a slew of things. As he's taken over the team and running the offseason, we got the idiot owner getting in trouble, and then he's got to handle and answer all those stupid questions about the idiot owner. And you think about it, he has had to deal with all kinds of crap on and off the field. This has been an exceptional year to actually, find out about your coach. Not that he's just a
Exactly.
rookie, but okay, how are you going to handle adversity? And everybody
Yep.
talking, oh, well, we'll find out when the crap hits the fan. Well, guess what, dude? An elephant's crap has hit the fan. Okay, you ever been to the circus and you see the guy behind scooping up those chunks? That thing's hit the fan over and over again, and they're 8-3. They're eight
Or
and
like
three. The
when a
only
hippo
reason
takes
they
a
had
crap.
3 losses is because of Tua. That's it. Only reason. Oh, by the way, the NFL screwed him of the Bridgewater concussion. Screwed him with Tua too,
Mhm.
because of all the optics. He could have come back earlier. Okay, but again, optics. They had to keep him out for a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
So they also got screwed for that too. You know what I mean? So the NFL, royally screwed the Dolphins, and yet they're 8-3, and to go full circle, they're in first place, like you started this segment.
And it's just gotta keep winning. And speaking of keep winning, this Sunday is a test. Like,
Yeah,
what can this team do? Now, we're underdogs. I think we're like 3-point underdogs, which is
three and a
expected.
half, 4, 3.5,
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
It went
like
back to 4 today.
yeah, we're going to the West Coast. They got the number one defense. I'm not scared of their offense. They might not have Christian McCaffrey. They don't have their other running back. Like, I'm not scared of their offense.
What happened? Christian McCaffrey's injured?
Yeah.
No, no. That's you're lying. That never happens. Next thing you're going to tell me a Boza got injured. Come on.
This to me, it's on the defense, the 49ers defense. If they get
Oh, yeah.
after Tua, but I'm not as worried, right? I saw someone tweet this out to me. This is a different Dolphins team, right? You go into games, you're not as worried. If it's 3rd and 10, you're like, oh, we're gonna get this. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and
Well, we don't have a
22.
scared coach either. Like, let's just settle for 3. No, dude. We're going for it. We got a different kind of coach, dude.
4th and 7 against the Patriots. He's like, screw it. There's 20 seconds left before halftime. Let's see what we can do. Oh, touchdown to Jalen Waddle. All right, cool. It's a different team. But looking at this 49ers game, what's your thoughts on this 49ers game? Like, this is the test. To me, this is the game that is going to show the national media what us Dolphin fans see. What's your thoughts on this 49ers game?
I think we've already seen the Dolphins all year long. I'm done with this is the bar and this is the
Mhm.
bar. I
Mhm.
saw them down 21 points on the road against Baltimore. I saw them
Sure.
handle the Patriots. I saw them beat the Bills after all this talk. Oh, the real hump is if they can beat the Bills. Well, they
Mhm.
beat the Bills.
Mhm.
They're in first place. What more do you need to? They only lost because Tua's out. I'm done with this. Now, injuries have changed the Armstead injury changes what goes on the next 2 weeks because of the incredible pass rush that you're going to be facing
Yes.
for the next 2 weeks. You got to deal with Boza brothers. What is the other one injured or this one's not injured, but I think that is the Charger one still injured or is he playing?
I
Uh,
think Khalil Mack played last week, so I think he's still
Also,
good.
Khalil Mack and the other and Boza also
Mhm.
is healthy.
Yes.
Okay, because we gotta deal with both Bozas 2 weeks in a row.
Mhm.
So, but here's the thing. Here's the question I have for you and the entire audience out there. Can you figure out Mike McDaniel? Because I can't. I don't know
Nope.
what the hell he's going to do from week to week.
Nope.
It's hard. And I thought this past week common sense was, all right, you were kicking the ass of the Browns in the running game,
Mhm.
the team that beat the Bucks. Anyway, appreciate every win, folks. And so they no, seriously, because I get people like, oh, this, that, and then I show you every week. Hey, you see this shitty team beat that team? Huh? Did you
Mhm.
like that? Did you see the
Mhm.
Jacksonville Jaguars win this week? You see?
Mhm.
We were that team losing to stanky fingers last year. So here we go. So let's look at this. Okay. This is the part that I'm confused. Okay. So
Mhm.
last week I figured you're gonna run the ball because you ran it against Cleveland.
Mhm.
Let's work on that running game. Let's build up more confidence for these next winter games, and
Mhm.
some of them on the road that you're going to need the running game. So fine tune it. Let's work on it. Wilson looked like a madman.
Mhm.
Let's feed him again, and let's see if we can get Gaskin going or somebody else while you give Mostert a little rest. That's fine, no problem. Keep him more fresh for San Francisco. I understand. That didn't happen. They went
Mhm.
pass happy, they threw all over the place, and then it's hard to change mid-sentence or mid-game, and
Yeah.
then let's go back to running when you don't have Armstead anymore. So now
Exactly. Yeah.
so now here's my plan for this week. Okay, I gave you the plan last week, and I was completely wrong. I'm an idiot. So now I'm gonna give you the plan this week, okay? There's no Armstead, right? So I'm gonna put Shell back where he belongs at right tackle.
Yes, please, for the love of
He's
God.
gonna have to deal with Boza because Boza actually lines up on the left side. The Niners
Mhm.
Boza lines up on the left side, I believe, a lot.
Mhm.
So he's gonna have to deal a lot with Boza. So you're gonna have to chip or whatever. But then what I would do is I'm gonna start Greg Little at left tackle because
Mhm.
obviously Austin Jackson's out. And anyways, even if Austin could play with the ankle, he's clearly not 100%. So why
No.
even waste time? So I'm gonna play with him, and then I'm gonna play him at left tackle. And I'm gonna have somebody chip constantly that way. I'm gonna have Smythe line up next to him. I'm gonna have Dieter line up next to him. I'm gonna have Dion Smith, is it? What's the name of the other kid? Keon Smith.
Mhm.
I'm gonna activate him because he's been the one that they've been activating. I want to use 6 linemen. I want to use
Mhm.
max protect as much as possible.
Mhm.
Why do I want to use max protect? Because I have the 2 fastest receivers in the
Yep.
NFL combined. And since I gotta send less people out for routes, let me send the 2 water bugs that nobody can cover.
Exactly.
So then I'll have a third guy, whatever, come out of the backfield as a safety valve or somebody free off the line or something. You can have a third guy, but those 2 guys, you're not going to have 4 guys out in routes.
Mm-mm.
Those 2 guys will find holes in the defense. Those 2 guys will get open quickly. Waddle last year was the only guy on the field. You were playing
Yeah.
with a one-man offense
Yeah.
last year because we had a dumbass coach that would keep the tight end off the field all the time in
Mhm.
Gesicki. And so then you took out the other weapons. So Waddle was the only one, and yet he still caught over 100 balls, and everybody knew he was going to catch it, and everybody couldn't stop it. So
Yep.
now you add Tyreek. Now you've got 2 guys that you can't stop. Okay, I've told you what I think is common sense. Now it's up to Mike McDaniel. I don't know what the hell he's going to come up with. I don't know what he's going to think. I'm going to move Tua a lot. I'm going to run some boots and waggles. I'm not going to keep him in the pocket all the time. I'm going to change it up. The other thing that's been brought up, and I will not do because it's absolutely asinine.
Mhm.
I am not moving Robert Hunt to any kind of tackle position.
No, no,
I'm
no, no,
not
no, no.
Connor Williams, and obviously Robert Jones belongs there. Why do I say that? Because the pocket is the most important thing for Tua.
Yeah.
And your pass rushers are coming from the outside.
Gotta be
You
able
can
to
try to
step up.
guide them out of the pocket. you could try to chip block them. But if you start getting penetration in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
it's over, baby.
Yeah.
It's done. It's history in the archives.
Yeah.
Robert Jones is picking up stunts that Eichenberg couldn't pick up ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so keep the pocket clean. So that way, Tua, you saw it in that moment a couple times in that game where he had to step into the pocket and had a big ass
Yep.
throw
Yep.
from it. Give him the pocket still.
Exactly.
Work on the outsides with your running backs, your tight ends, an extra lineman, whatever. Help out the edge guys, but the middle, keep it the way it is. Do not disturb the groove. Now, that's what I say. Maybe you guys think it's dumb, and I've been told that 1,000 times a day, so it's all right. I'm used to it. But I just think it's kind of common sense. That's what I would do. I'm intrigued to see what Coach McDaniel does.
Yeah, and like you said, we think one thing, and that man is in his lab drawing things up. He might throw screens in there to take the pressure away, roll Tua out, like all these things. But you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about the center of the offensive line. Because breaking down film the other day, I think there was 4 series. A lot of people forget that Teron Armstead went out before the half. So
Right.
Shell came in before the half, and that's when Tua was moving him down the field to get into field goal range. He was making, even after the half, he was, like you said, he was making those plays where there was instant pressure on his back, stepped up in the pocket, he hit Waddle, he hit Craycraft, he was doing his thing. So yeah, you're 100. Don't move the guys in the middle. They are working.
I know I've had that suggestion on Twitter all over the place, and I had
No.
to just get to the point of my show to say, "Hey, do you know that's catastrophically stupid? Stop mentioning
100%.
it, please. Don't do it. Don't leave it alone."
Like what you're
You
gonna
just gotta
take? You're gonna
listen.
take Hunt,
Let's
put him at
let's
like
be realistic now, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen. If you put Shell at right tackle, everything's back to normal from left guard to right tackle, dude.
yep,
It's only the left tackle. Now it's a
mhm,
big only,
yeah,
okay?
but it's on
Because
his blind
Armstead's
side. So
amazing. But
yeah,
my point is, if you start shuffling around, then now all of a sudden you've got what did I just tell you when we started this conversation?
mm-hmm,
That game ended up, you started putting people in that are cold. People had to play other positions. And all of a sudden, it discombobulated the situation. That's not what you want to do this week. You don't want to discombobulate the
mm,
situation. You want to keep it as stable as possible. Keep what you do from left guard to right tackle normal. Find a way to shore up that left side. And that's it. And maybe you roll Tua more to the right,
mm-hmm.
or maybe you give help on that side where you have max protect and you can roll them left and keep them on a strong side. However you want to do it.
And it helps drastically that Jeff Wilson is a very good pass blocker and Alec Ingold is a very good pass blocker. Because I noticed on third down
Oh yeah.
situations, they
Yeah.
put Alec Ingold to Tua's left. So it helps drastically. And hey, I'm at the point now where I'm trusting Mike McDaniel. He knows what he's doing. He's proven me time and time again that he's got it. So I'm trusting.
Dude,
I'm
they
trusting
found
him.
Brandon Shell off the street
Yep.
and made him serviceable.
Yep.
Holy shit.
I don't think
Like
he allowed a sack.
when do the Dolphins ever do that?
Never.
They don't.
Never.
It's like this is a really good front office. This is a
Yeah.
really good coaching staff. They're doing their best. Now, in the offseason, are they going to have to try to find themselves a young tackle in the draft that they
Mhm.
can teach to be a left tackle just in case your injury prone left tackle goes and misses? Because he's going to miss a couple games every year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Teron Armstead, bro. It's just the way it is. You're going to get incredible play. You're going to get incredible leadership. Here's a guy that's inviting all the linemen over to his house. He's bonding with them. He's trying to teach them the ways of the world and all that good stuff in the NFL. So he's really good for everything that you do, and he's an exceptional player. But he has an injury history, unfortunately. And you have to take the bad with the good. They made this decision. But one of the things they're going to have to do in the offseason, they're going to have to find themselves a young tackle that can swing from right to left and is ready to then eventually take over for Teron Armstead in another year, because I would imagine that his contract is at least 3 years, and probably you can get out of it after the third year. So he would be here for 2 years where he would be swinging and learning and then ready to take over in year 3.
I can tell you that right now. Yeah, after 2024, there's an out in his contract.
I figured that.
So we got him, like you said, 2 more years. That's like you said, draft a tackle, have Teron Armstead help him because that's the
Right.
type of player Teron Armstead. And then when Teron is 2020 after 2024, you move on. But yeah,
Right.
hit the nail
Exactly.
on the head. Big O, what you got going on this week over there? I know you cover everything.
By the way, I want to ask your subscribers, all right, for a favor.
I'll do it
I want to
up.
get to 20,000, bro. We're at 16,400. So I want to make a big push. Oh, how many do you have already? You're like at what, 40,000 already? Where are you at now?
I just broke 38.
You see, you're like a 40,000. So I'm asking, let's go help out the Dolphin Nation, help out our show, get around more with the algorithms and everything. So subscribers, please go to the Big O Radio Show and give us a sub there, por favor. We'd like to get over 20,000. I think that would be an incredible feat for us. So check us out every day. We're on at 10 a.m. We do our Dolphins pre and post game show during the week. During the Sundays. Now we're going to be doing some late night
Yep,
post
flexing
game
us.
shows. Yes. Hey, we're sexy. We're sexy, folks.
We lost some weight. We got sexy all of a sudden.
It's beautiful. We got divorced. We left Brady. We hit the gym. We fixed our hair. We're sexy. We're getting to run the runway. This, that. The Buffalo game says TBD. And the stinking Jets, if the Jets keep playing backup quarterbacks, then maybe we might play them in the last week of the season. Because, talk about a team getting every break in the book, brother.
Tell me
That is
about
the
it.
New York Jets, brother. Every week they get to play a backup quarterback. Remember the year that happened to the Dolphins?
Mm-hmm.
It was the year that even Buffalo got snowed out in Buffalo and they moved it to Toronto. And that year we padded the schedule with like 4 or 5 games or 6 maybe that we ended up running into backup quarterbacks. We did the same thing actually. I don't know if you guys remember that. But anyway, so follow us on Twitter at Big O Show. Please subscribe at Big O Radio Show on YouTube. We want to get to 20,000, man. So we're trying to get that push. So help us there, Doug.
Go help my guy out. Link in the title. Literally click on his name in the title. It'll send you right to his page. Go help him out. Hit that subscribe button. This man's been doing it for what, 30 plus years now? Y'all
30, we're completing our 33rd year, brother. Our 33rd year.
He knows what he's talking. He's been calling stuff for years, and it's been coming to fruition. Go follow him. Go hit that subscribe button. Help him out. Big O, I will see you next week after hopefully another Dolphins win. 9-3,
baby. 9-3. They're going to overcome 9-3, and then we go and watch the game where he embarrasses Herbert thoroughly, and then that's it. It's over.
Icing on the cake.
Over. And by the way, Herbert, I know, is saving that pick 6 for us next.
Thank you, Justin. He's got to get that. It's been a while for X.
And I want Cater Kohu to get the pick 6 for a touchdown. Okay, Darth Cater. By the way, did you see that Darth Cater poster?
Yes,
I got one already. I'm waiting to get it and frame it and everything already. I'm looking forward to it. That's a badass poster, bro.
It really is.
Yeah. By the way, Darth Cater started following us on Twitter. So
nice.
Much love to Darth Cater Kohu on the Big O Show. So we love Cater Kohu. We're big Cater Kohu fans. So anyway, thank you all out there as always. Appreciate your support.
All right, bud. I'll see you next week.
9-3.